find myself here at the banks of the Hall River again. This is a river that, it's just muddy water to some folks, but it's a river that's given a ton to me. We find ourselves here, just 5 adventures, getting ready to head out. We mostly know what the day's going to bring, but the level's good. It's about 2,600 CFS. We make our way on down to the river. It's a beautiful morning, and we just need to be out there. Different reasons for different folks, and we just need to connect with nature on this day. We make our way down the trail, down to the Bynum Dam. You see here we are crossing. Connor and I jokingly call this our Class 4 put-in. It's actually not that bad, but it's a little, can be intimidating crossing this little gate here. These steps, easy enough, but I think they're expecting some improvements on these things. So hopefully in the coming years they'll make some improvements. Steps are really too big for general use. And then there's some sinkholes or potholes,
Bill,
as I
if you
call
need help,
it,
let me know.
developing here. Bill's with us, so I'll offer him some help.
You want me to help you?
Yeah, I better just slide it down and then start over.
But not too bad. We'll make
What's
our
this
way
big
on down.
pothole here?
Make our way on down to the water here. See the poison ivy's in full force. See John kind of sliding on in there. The rest of us kind of getting ready. Got Scott there in the orange boat. Luther getting ready in his remix, or I guess I should say RMX down there. Great boat. We're just getting ready to slide in the water here. It's a beautiful day, but can't really tell it from my camera angle here. I got it angled too low, but you're sliding in here if you're not used to it. Got a great view of the dam and the water pouring over it. This particular run, it makes a lot of sense to ferry across. Of course, not getting too close to the dam. Not too much of a bull line there today, but just stay clear of that thing. But it's good to ferry across. A lot of people skip this section, particularly once the mill access opens up. It's downstream. I think a lot more folks will skip it, but I really think there's a lot to kind of take in and a lot to do during this little stretch between the dam. You can see the 15501 bridge there. It's just right there. A few rapids just before it. And yeah, there's a pretty nice little stretch there between the 15501 bridge and the old Bynum bridge. It's now just a footbridge, but it's really nice to kind of walk across and just take in the river on days you don't get to paddle. But see ourselves making our way down the 15501 bridge here. Just trying to get comfortable in boats. Get a feel for how everyone's paddling. 2 or 3 of the guys I had never paddled with before. I tried to get a little bit of beta up top from them and how experienced they were. You see, particularly during the early parts of this run, I'm looking back quite often, kind of leading them back and forth from eddy to eddy. You'll see me kind of loosen up on that as we go. But yeah, just especially when you have a crew that you're not familiar with, it's always important to fill them out. And this crew passed the test for sure. Yeah, you'll see just below the 15501 bridge, we've got just a beautiful little stretch of river here. I think a lot of folks, like I said earlier, will skip it once that new access is in. I don't think you can see it in this video because we take a little different route, but got a beautiful kind of concrete pad coming down to the water, and it used to be a really muddy mess. Now it's from what I understand anyway, pictures I've seen, it's realized access, full kind of amenities at the parking lot, restrooms, all that good stuff. But I can convince people I'll still probably stick with this section if I can. Let's just make our way down to the Bynum footbridge. Like I said, there's a few rapids, some things you can work with, a few rocks to dodge, a few eddies to catch. Not too much in the way of surf waves. There's a decent one underneath the bridge, not between these pylons, but a couple over. We didn't really hit that today. Really just kind of trying to make time down the river, but we all had things planned that afternoon. We want to make sure we could get back for, so we wanted to pretty much head straight down the river to them this day. Now, one reason I kind of left this part in here is it's the right side. A lot of folks cut over just after the Bynum footbridge and take the left channel. This is the right channel. At lower water, you definitely want the other side, but this one's not bad. It's on this day you can see it's pretty continuous. The other side's really, really similar actually, but just it's nice to change it up occasionally. So you're probably thinking about now, this is some odd music. Why stand playing piano music in the background? Well, for me that's kind of what I hear sometimes, particularly since this was a day I was going to be in church and chose not to be. It's important to kind of reflect on how blessed I am for my health, just for the opportunity I have to do something like this, to be with the folks I am on this particular day. Just enjoying the Lord's creation. That's all I'll say about that. I'll leave you with this song. There'll be a bit of worship, a bit of praise as we head down one of the pretty channels here that ends up in Thunderfalls. But I'll just leave you with the music. This song is called Where I Belong. As I eddy out here, you'll see a couple folks come by. Got Bill out of my tail there. Scott coming through. And then Luther. I think John's up there trying to get his fill of a wave. It's a tough one to catch. We jump right on into, we call this Attainment Rapid. I'm not real sure what the real name is, but this is a great level to actually do it. You just kind of work your way back up around. And then there's two little Two little attainments there. First one I just did here. Build up a little speed. Get away from the rocks. Just kind of skip over. It's pretty stagnant water there. And then you kind of have to work your way under these tree limbs. So get up a little bit of speed. And just kind of coast through right into that little eddy. Some folks feel comfortable kind of catching the water on around the bend here. Some don't. I did. There's some tempting waves here. They never end up panning out to much though. So I'll just eddy back out again. As I re-enter the flow here, change the mood up a little bit. I just always seem to connect with string music, banjos, and it's really kind of folk and bluegrass. My in-laws are big bluegrass folks, and my grandfather played the harmonica and grew up in the mountains of North Carolina, so I had a lot of influence on him. He shared that with us, so just always enjoyed the sounds of that. Just kind of speaks to my soul a little bit. You see me catch an eddy here. Actually spot a snake up on the rock here. We don't realize there's, until I reviewed the video later, there was a second one up towards the greenery on the rock there. But take a look here, pause the video and zoom in. Snake. It's just that time of year where you come into an eddy and you put your hand on a rock. You don't know it first.
There were two snakes up on that rock.
I think Scott saw him, but he didn't care too much. I was more impressed than he was. This is S-turn. That was the first eddy I usually catch in S-turn. I usually work my way back across to this one. I will often peel out and take another one just right here on the right. I don't know what I did this particular day. Yeah, that's what I did. Catch it. Any levels lower than this, there's a lot of rocks in here. This day it's not too bad. Catch out, use that to jet ferry over to this next eddy. It's actually flow going into another channel, so you kind of have to balance it on a tightrope there so you don't go too far until you get back. See John just kind of whip into that same eddy I was just in. You see me kind of cut across here. It's actually a little, it's like a wave. I guess it is kind of a wave. With a hole. It's kind of a rocky hole, if you would. I believe Luther and Scott kind of get in that thing here in a minute. And just kind of play with the water, see how it interacts with the boat. Yeah, there's Scott and Luther getting into it now. That's really more of a small ledge hole. I think at this level and even others, it's not that bad to get into. It's not really a play wave, but I see folks just kind of stick their nose in there and see how their boat reacts to the water. I think Luther finds out later some of those little ledge holes can send you for a loop, but just part of it. See us floating under the Highway 64 bridge here. Most folks travel over it doing between 55 and 65 or more, and probably the Hall River gets a glance, just a little glance to the left, a little glance to the right. You don't really see much, and people keep on moving along the way. As those of us who have done this stretch know, this is a really special area here. especially for us that don't have a ton of white water. Just see the green coming in on the leaves here. Beautiful. See us coming into lunch stop. Some fuel eddies to catch just above it. Kind of kill a little bit of speed. Let some other folks get through. John's over there on the right here. Decided to join you.
Those guys are going to have a heck of a ride in those fishing kayaks.
We're talking about some guys we spotted just up top. They're in fishing kayaks. I'll make their appearance here in the video in just a minute. For the moment, I'm going to see if I can peel out, figure out what I want to do with the rapid. Lots of little things to kind of pick out and play with here. Some folks try to get an attainment. Some folks try to play a wave that's really mostly washed out at this level. I tried to attain here, and I gave up. I was almost there. Probably could have gotten it. Somebody could have gotten it, whether it was me or not, but just not what I was looking to do. Now I was going to take this part out, but I decided to leave it in. So I wanted to be an example for folks of what not to do. I don't want to pick on these guys too much, but here comes a guy with life jacket, PFD that doesn't fit, can't even get it zipped, sitting high in the boat. He will be doomed here shortly. Here comes another gentleman. He has no PFD on. And is wearing a Coast Guard shirt. Kind of the irony of that. Like I said, I don't want to pick on too much, but if you're watching these videos or similar ones, know that we are all, especially if we got a skirt on in front of a boat that can tip over easy. We have helmets on. I wouldn't consider getting on this water unless you have a PFD on. And these are Class 3 rapids, so what I didn't show was they hit this next little hold here, and one of the guys swam. The other guys had to rescue him with help from Scott and Luther here. Like I said, don't want to pick on them too much, but if you're watching these videos and think, hey, I'm just going to grab a kayak or grab a tube and float down it, just caution you to be careful. Wear a life jacket, wear a PFD. If you're in a kayak that might flip over, put a helmet on your head. Could save you painful injury or worse. All right, enough of that. Here we are on Ocean Boulevard. Water's coming down, so the waves aren't quite as big as they would have been. We decided to cut back over and catch 3 Foot Falls. This actually is easier, almost the higher the level it gets, because it gets really shallow there at lower water. You have to get up your momentum and slide back across it. Scott made it across. Here we are at 3 Foot Falls. There's Luther going over. Not catch it. John's already been through. I think Bill runs through next. Plenty of speed. Got a little sideways there,
There you go.
but made it through pretty straight. All right, now you'll see Scott come through. We'll have Bill give a little narration here.
Perfect.
Oh, so smooth, so smooth.
Now, one of us decides that they want to play in this little
If you're gonna side surf like
wave
he's
and
trying
side
to
surf it a bit.
He's going to get flipped. You watch. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, breaking that down a little bit. I think Luther was depending a little bit too much on his brace, and really just kind of rolled over on his own there. He didn't window shade because he would have gone back the other direction. Now here we are. We're coming back up to the rapid above Gabriel's Bend. You see me kind of looking back here. This is one that actually at lower levels does get folks in a little bit of trouble. Mainly because it gets kind of rinky. that it's anything crazy or tough. Just a lot of rocks popping up, particularly with this muddy looking brown water of the Hall River. You don't really see many of the rocks, and what you think might be a wave is just a rock lurking underneath. And so I kind of like to set up here and watch folks come by. Of course, crew had no problem on this day. You see Luther come through here. Really no problems at all. You see Scott come through. Got Bill, and then bring up the rear will be John. After Bill comes through, I just kind of peel out and follow him just in case I need to be down there for anything. Like I said, fortunately I have no problems. We were entering into Gabriel. John and I had a brief discussion that one of us probably wanted to be at the bottom for the rest of the crew, just in case we need to be down there. So after a brief kind of pause, floating through the eddy a bit, I just bomb Gabriel's so I can watch everybody else kind of come through while he sits up top and watches them from up there. Usually the thing to prepare for here is, particularly on a little higher water day, which this can be for beginners. I'll be quiet here. I'll let you hear what happens to my boat. You might not be able to hear that, but something kind of under the water there. I don't know if a rock shifted, but took a nice little gap out of my boat. Anyway, you see Bill come through. Got caught up on one of the rocks there. See me kind of ferry over so I can see up the rapid, see who else is coming down. It's Luther. He said he likes taking the right hand side of Gabriel's, which can be fun. Certainly can. There's a pillar rock you kind of have to watch out for. There's Scott. And John stays up for a few more minutes and just surfs a wave. So this particular day, we don't surf much, so I just ferry on over to Moose Jaw and make my way over. We start talking strategy, who's going to run which one. Luther ends up running the creek line. I asked Bill here which one is he going to run.
That's fine. Bill, you doing creek line?
So he's going to do the easy one, which I think for Bill ended up being backwards halfway down it. Of course, I never saw it on video, so no evidence. I'm sure he did fine.
So,
you'll hear me here talk to Scott.
see that bush?
I'll just be quiet for a minute.
Right there.
And hear my explanation.
See the little pillow, when you're looking at that bush and you look down, and you see the water kind of rise up like a little pillow? Well, I'm not talking about the exposed rock, I'm talking about the water itself.
This goes on for a couple minutes. I actually cut some of it out, sped some of it up. The more I talked, the more confused he got. Not his fault, my fault for sure.
You'll see what I'm talking about.
So I just say, you know what, let me just show you how to do it. And then I'll show you probably how not to do it. Got a little far right myself. I'm going to rock my bow. Spun up on the one that I'm trying to avoid. Got a pretty good brace in there on the left. I'm going to say that's not what you want.
I ran the right line, but I got all messed up.
Gave myself a little bit too much credit there. Said I ran the line I wanted. I mostly did, but it wasn't a great line. Otherwise I wouldn't have ended up sideways and backwards. So I'll move over here so I can watch Scott come through.
Push.
Of course, I showed him what not to do, and he ran it perfect.
That's it. That's perfect. You got it. That was way better than I ran it.
And he did.
Yeah.
He ran it way better than I did. See Bill make it on through here. Again, John was sitting up top. If you're unsure if somebody can get pinned or not, it's always good to have experienced paddler up top. See me make my way into one. It's become one of my favorite little skills rapids. Didn't really know much about it, but peek back on one of our trips a couple of years ago, shows this little rapid, little double attainment or single attainment and then a 360 move. I find it works best if you can get some speed, work your way up into the wave, or up into the flow of water anyway, and then use that to kick you back. On this day, you can see I made 2 different attainments there. Struggling a little bit to get get up in this eddy. Not a lot of place to go once you get here, but it's a fun little move. Force you to try a couple new things. Try not to get an edge caught in the wave, but I highly recommend trying it. And really, we're just in the run out now, so. This was a really good day. It was initially a day I wasn't expecting to go paddling. I got out with a few folks that I had never paddled with before, some folks I hadn't paddled with in a while, and just had a good time. There's always kind of that time to take a deep breath. Just be thankful that you've got your health and you've got an opportunity to get out and do something like this. Just enjoy a beautiful spring morning. And then that kind of wraps it up. That's pretty much the where it comes into the lake. So there's still a little bit of flow, but really the lake is backed up at this point.
Got stuff going on.
Through our chat as we head on to the takeout.
What?
There's Robeson Creek,
Yeah.
just right around the bend on the right.
You need to.
Just a nice day to connect with new folks. See John getting out there. Nice ramp. Just pull myself up, and that's a wrap, folks. Enjoyed the day. Always have your gear, have your mind ready. You never know. You might be able to get out there.
Yeah.